It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl travels through Tokyo. It's the Dolphins and the Condors, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's an AFC intra-conference contest between the Miami Dolphins and the home team. Hello to everyone watching. Joined by Brock Heward up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And in a while, we're going to find out the answer to a question that fans have been asking for nearly half a year at this point. Who is going to represent this conference in the Super Bowl?
All of these coaches and players preach all season long, never look ahead. You can't do it, right? You've got to focus so much on the present. But you know that every man out there is so aware of what's on the line today and where they could be playing in 2 weeks. It's going to be a game-long challenge, no question, to keep the focus on the right here and the right now. Once you've got a win iced away, well, then you can start entertaining those Super Bowl thoughts and those Super Bowl realities.
Time to determine who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The conference championship is underway. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Miami. They run again with Wright. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Tua off the play fake. Escapes out to the left. He's going to tuck it and run.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Throwing on third, Tagovailoa. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. Wright running out of the gun. He's contained at the line for no gain. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. And it's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's a give inside to Wright. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear a lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
2nd and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, That is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Tua now from the gun. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Darius Davis to return it. And look at this return. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go. Hey, Ken.
Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Here we go, son.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this third down.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So they're left facing a fourth down.
Here we go, son.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. What a call. They wind up with 12 on fourth down and pull off the conversion. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Another carry for him. And they're going to bring him down at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Hey.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Here we go. Good.
Off play action, it's Fields. Buying some time right. Caught at the 10-yard line. And he goes out of bounds after getting them to the 7. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Hey, Ken.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. And in for the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their 2nd drive of the contest. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Tagovailoa on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. So that brings up 2nd down. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
It's a pickup of 11, and it'll be first down, Miami. They run it from the gun with Wright. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pulled a slim 2-point lead early. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. On return, here comes Davis. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Into traffic, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Fields out of the gun. He rolls to his right. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Looks like they will indeed try at 4th and 2.
Don't jump. Ready?
They just get the play on. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know it from the position of the quarterback, Kate. Sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
Going back, it's the handoff. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Here we go, son.
Looking to throw Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Here we go. Medic. Sit.
Fields to throw it. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Good. Set.
Back to the well again. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need one more now on 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, can. All right.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Here we go, son. No mas. Go.
Here's Fields to throw. Escape. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Condors take a second quarter lead. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Condors take a 4-point lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Forced out to his right. He's running with it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. To throw, Tagovailoa. Complete beyond the marker. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Go ahead.
Now a run with right. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, here's Tua. Brought in right side. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Completed over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a second quarter lead. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense running back out now. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a bar burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And they're going to have a first down.
Here we go, tonight.
Fields throwing here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up second down.
Don't jump. Ready? Right.
Now Fields. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Play action, Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. Fryer meet there, bring it in. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Here we go.
Another throw for Fields. Short pass brought in. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, tonight.
Shotgun snap to Fields. That throw behind his intended target.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. Now on comes the Wizard of Oz, Chris Boswell for the field goal. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. And this isn't going to do it. The kick is no good. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
All right, come on. Ready.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. That's Hill on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. First and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Running behind center with Wright. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
You know, Kay, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. This offense getting one final possession here before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. First down throw for Fields. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So second down coming up.
Oh, let's go. Here we go. We're good. Chip clear. Right.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Here we go, son.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. Headed out right. He connects downfield on 4. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break.
A 43-yard attempt.
Dicker connects there, and that's going to tie us up just before halftime. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. On the return, here comes Davis. Returns looking good so far. And he goes out of bounds short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go, son.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Don't jump, man.
Now it's Fields. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Fields on 1st down. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 now. On the move, headed right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
That pass complete to Moss. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
EQ. Here we go.
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right.
Tonight.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Fights off the pressure. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
This one's caught. He has the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at... Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Called in by Waddle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
It's caught left side by Hill. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. On play action. Tagovailoa. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Taken in by Smith. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. They bring the pressure. Down he goes. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So out now comes the punter. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now we're on the counter. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Davis motioning left. Fields out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help.
Here we go. Good.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Completed to Davis. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Brought in right side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be a 1st down.
Here we go. Go.
Hand off to the back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the Dolphins 45.
They give it to him again. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Hey, Monday. Don't jump. Ready? Right.
Play action, Fields. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st down, ball at the 36.
Here we go. Easy.
Trying the right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
On first down, they'll run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Here we go.
Off play action. It's Fields. Has it at the 7. Touchdown! You should know this by now, Rob. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready, son?
2 and out from the gun. This finds Smith. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Second and 6 coming up here.
Ready.
Tagovailoa now against the blitz. He's got Smith. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third down, 1 yard to go. Wright running out of the gun. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's cut beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, hit.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the sack. And in for the Miami touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Nixon now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go, son.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Tonight.
Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
A tight end in motion now. They'll run here on first down. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Tokyo. Condors leading by 7. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go, son. Tonight.
Another carry for him. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
Here we go. Hey, Ken. Hey, Ken. You got a mini back tonight.
Back to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Offense staying out here. It's 4th and 11.
Delta. West right there. Right.
Looking to throw. He fires one deep down the right. Brought in inside the 20. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down.
Here we go, son. Right.
Give now to the running back. And he runs this one in for the touchdown. The Condors go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Condors double their lead to 14. Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Tungavailoa now working from the gun. Completed left side to Smith. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Second and 4. Has the connection to right. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. First down. Here's Tua. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Here's Tua again. Buys time, rolling right. On target to Waddle. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Down a score, less than 45 seconds left. They know they need to get this back. And the Hands team comes up big. They're going to hang on to win. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
Don't jump. Ready?
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down.
Go.
With a win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final time out here. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. He's down to a knee, and they have done it. They're going to be playing in the Super Bowl.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win.